Hey everybody, it's your boy Joe Slaggy back in another video. You know what, guys? Anyways, this video, guys, I'm gonna be doing a video about the worst 3 weeks of my life, of my entire life, ever. Um, I went through utter hell in this 3 weeks. And it basically Shane. I could actually stand for some reason actual hell, but this I could not stand. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know me, I love to sleep. I really do. I love sleeping. Actually, nighttime is my favorite time of the day because I get to sleep. Anyway, and also the good shows come out at nighttime, obviously. For me, I'm into a lot of adult comedy shows, so that comes on at night. Anyways, what's it called? So backtrack a little bit. I was diagnosed with ADHD at 4 years at 6 years old. Was born normal, had a tonsillectomy, screwed me up with the anesthesia, and now I have ADHD. So I've been taking medication since I was 7 years old. Around that time. Anyways, so when I get to seventh grade, I've been taking this medication for ADHD for a couple years now, and around the middle of the seventh grade, I go to my doctor, it was a family friend, who prescribed all the family. My uncle prescribed medication for my uncle, prescribed medication for me, prescribed medication for my dad. I think once or twice. No, for my bubby. It was for health reasons. I don't know why. But he was a psychiatrist, and he would prescribe medication for us. So he talked to me, and he was like, so he told my parents, and he told me the medication I've been taking, the pill that I've been taking for the last 4 years of my life, have been tested recently, and in the test they've discovered that in prolonged exposure or prolonged taking of the medication causes cancer. And they didn't want me to develop cancer, so they took me off of it. But see, the problem was they didn't ease me off of it like a person should have. They just yanked me off of it like it was like no tomorrow. Like they want me cold turkey. So I went through something called drug withdrawal, which is what a lot of addicts would go through if like you're addicted to cocaine, meth, or Molly, or all those other things. I went through all that. Like full on all of that shit. Like I was not sleeping. I was jittery. I couldn't stop shaking. Literal hell. And one thing for me, and people don't know this though, is I love to learn. I'm like a good student. I try to be a good student. So to the point where I wasn't sleeping at all for like 3 weeks, I started falling asleep in class, and I never did that before. And it started during the winter break, like this taking me off the medication. So I wasn't sleeping for 2 weeks, and it was the last week winter break. So I went back to school, and I'm like flipping, I'm like hearing shit in my ear. I'm scratching myself because I'm itching, and I feel things on my body. And it's like I'm freaking out inside while I'm at seventh grade school. I'm in seventh grade, and so what I decided to do would be to take my mind off it, would start to just draw everything I could. So I drew Medusa one day, drew Spider-Man one day, I drew a Slytherin album one day, I guess. I drew a picture of Harry Potter is the best I could. I'm not a good drawer to this day, guys. I suck at it. But I tried the best I could. I actually did draw a pretty good Slytherin's album, though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have the picture with me anymore, but if I did find it, I would take a picture of it and share it with you guys on Twitter or Instagram, because it was a pretty good one. Anyways, back to the video. So, back to what I was saying. So I'm going through all this shit. Well, during winter break, my parents wanted to take my mind off everything that was going on. So around this time, it was half, meaning it was the last 3 days of winter break in Chicago, and many people don't know this, but Chicago, they have a lot of great museums, but they have one of them that's I haven't been to. I've been to every museum in Chicago except for one, and that was at the time the Science and Industry. No, the Science and Art Museum, which was the Science and Industry Museum. So, I went to the science industry during these this period of withdrawal from the drug I was taking, the HD medication, and I went and they had a special thing put on where they had taken stuff from the Harry Potter movies, like all the props and everything, and made a full exhibit out of this. Like you could go and visit all these props. Like they had the replica of Buckbeak, they had the wizarding hat, they had wands, they had Diagon Alley, they had all these cool shit. Well, part of the tour, I was wearing a purple shirt at the time, and part of the tour, a tour guide took us around, and we stopped, and there's a woman with the hat, the sorting hat, and she was calling kids up from the class. Now, at the time, guys, I didn't really like Slytherin. Because I didn't, I was a 12-year-old kid. In my eyes, Slytherin was bad because they were mean to Harry Potter. I didn't think of the longevity of my actions until I became a Slytherin. Not until I became a Slytherin. Until later on, until when I was 14 and I realized, you know what, Slytherins are not that bad. They're misunderstood. You know that? And then anyway, so I'm like 13. I'm like 12 or 13 at the time. I think I'm 12. No, I'm 12 because winter break. I'm 12. Sorry, I'm 12 guys in the time. So I'm going through this, and then the woman's calling kids for the kids. So first there's this African American kid that I knew because he was my friend, but he wasn't with us as a group. He was with his parents. He gets caught up and he gets put in Hufflepuff. Congratulations, good for him. Yes, Hufflepuff. Yes, they go to the guy, good wizard. By the way, he's still my friend today. This kid. Then they call up this other kid, and the woman had said that she's only calling 5 kids up. So I'm praying to God, please God, just give me a chance. I want to get sorted so bad. And at the time, I didn't have an email, so I couldn't get sorted by Pottermore, okay? I'm not even sure if Pottermore existed at the time, so I'm not sure. So anyways, I'm getting ready to go. And I'm she's like the 4th to last kid, okay? There's 4 kids, there's 4 kids now, there's been 3 kids, and there's 2 kids left. I'm standing there, and I have my eyes closed, and I'm just my fingers crossed, and the girl says, the woman points, looks at in the crowd, points and says, the young boy in the purple shirt, could you follow up? I open my eyes, and she's pointing right at me, so I did a little victory dance, on the way, that she probably couldn't see, but I did, but my parents could. And I stand up on the stage, and then she puts me I sit on a stool, like they did in the movies, and I put the hat on me, and I got Gryffindor, which I was so excited for, because that means it's Harry's house, and I do like Gryffindor. To this day, my 3 favorite houses are Slytherin, Gryffindor, and Ravenclaw. I do like Hufflepuffs, don't get me wrong, all my friends are Hufflepuffs, I just don't like to be in that house. Because I don't fit the qualities, and I really don't, and no offense, but being happy all the time is not being fun. It's actually very, very weird and annoying to be happy all the time. And that's what Hufflepuffs are. They're always happy, always cheery, and then sometimes I just don't like it. Anyways, back to the video. So I'm going to the point where we go. So after that, we're going through the rest of the park or the place, and halfway through when we get to the dark arts stuff. Now, to this day, I'm not afraid of Harry Potter. Don't get me wrong, okay? I'm just how I explain it? I'm going through all the symptoms of withdrawal. And since I haven't been sleeping in a week, my brain is starting to deteriorate. So I start to hallucinate, and I'm freaking the fuck out. And I just took my mom's dress shirt, and I said to my mom, we need to leave now. I can't stand this anymore. I just can't. So she takes me out of the exhibits, and we wait for the rest of my family, which is my grandpa, my grandma, my uncle, my mom and dad, my brother and sister, in the outside in the food area, and she's giving me a paper bag to breathe out of. I'm highly breathing, like I was having a panic attack. And to this day, the vision I had, or the hallucination, was, and I'll explain it to you, and it makes no sense to me at all, but this is what I had. Hallucination was, there was a dummy of Lord Voldemort on the thing, okay? and the dummy in my hallucination came to life, killed my entire family, and then killed me. That was what I had. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. But that was what I had. Okay. So anyway, skip forward to like after the end of spring break, and I'm still not sleeping. And then finally, I'm just trying to, like I'm in class, I'm doing my work, and then I catch myself, and my teachers are like, "Josh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, what? Sorry, what?" And I go back to writing, and then it would happen again, and then again, and to the point where one day my parents told my psychologist, who's also the family friend, psychiatrist, the family friend, that what's going on. So he actually makes a visit to my history class, our science class, because it was tied together, both classes, and my teacher introduces him to the rest of my classmates, and I'm drawing during our free time, which is between science and history, which we get like 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I believe, is the in between time. And one of my friends just asked me what I'm drawing. I told him it's Medusa, and that was it. Next day, or that night, I fall asleep, and I wake up, and obviously the shit I've gone through is horrible, but it was 3 weeks of pure utter hell, of hallucinating, not being able to fall asleep, sleeping in class, being shaky and jittery and all that type of shit. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, my friends. I would not. Absolutely would not wish it on my worst enemy. I feel, and also, I'm going to put this out there. If you are addicted to any drugs like cocaine, meth, or anything like that, you can quit. It's not hard. It might take hard, and it might be hard, but you can quit. Think of your loved ones is what I would say. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Stay cool. Like I said before in my last video, me and my friend Alec are going to be doing a YouTube thing, or he's coming to visit. And we're going to do a YouTube channel collab. So we're doing 4 videos, 2 on his channel, 2 on mine. So let me get, like I said before, I'll put you my Twitter link in the poll, and you can vote what you want to see in my channel. Bye, guys. Stay cool, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, guys.